on using the Adobe Sketch app. All right, so after you download it from self-serve, what you're going to do is just find it and open it up. All right, and once you go through the initial prompts, then it'll bring you to kind of a blank area. You'll be able to hit the plus button, see in the right hand corner, that little circle with the plus in the middle, and you're going to click on that. And then it's going to give you your format options. So I'm picking the iPad Pro Landscape, and then it's going to give me a clean page. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys to start out with is just the basic drawing instruments. All right, so if you look right over here, this is where the basic drawing instruments are located. All right, the first one, if you look at it, it's just a pencil. All right, then we have the next one up is a pen. Over here, below that, there is the marker. Then we have, this is like acrylic paint. Then we have watercolor. And then over here we have your eraser. All right. Oops. All right, so for each one of these, when you click on one of them, then it brings you into the different things you could do with it. So the first one is the size. So if you click on that circle, right where it says underneath its size, and you go up, it makes it larger. If you go down, it makes it smaller. So then you can get really, really fine details like this, or you can go larger to get all different textures and all different details. All right, right below that is the flow. All right, so the flow is the opacity. All right, so again, if you go up, it's darker, and then if you go down, it's going to be lighter or more see-through. All right, to create kind of like layered effects. All right, and the bottom one is the color. So for pencil, since it's supposed to be graphite, it's going to just be in the grays. Now, if you're going to be using a darker pencil like a 6B, then yes, you can move your little toggle thing right over here to the darker area. And if you're going to be using like a lighter pencil or a harder pencil, you can move it towards the lighter area, and this will also make different grays. All right, then I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to go back to my different tools. First one up is a pen tool. All right, when I click on this pen tool, now you'll see it's a different color, because with these you can choose colors. So first up is the size, so I'm going to change the size of it. All right, if I want to. Then the flow. All right, if I go down, now it's opaque. Now I can create different layers, and then again I have my color here. All right, so the same way as before, you can get darker or lighter. You can do the same thing with this to create different values. All right, and now in this, you can move it around, and you could choose any color that you would like to use. All right, now I'm just going to click back on there. Now I'm going to go on to my marker. All right, so with the marker, I'm going to click on it. All right, you can change the flow again. You can choose whatever color you would like. And when you use this, you can kind of go like lighter at the beginning. You can get like pointier effects. All right, it changes the thickness. Then from here, under that, we have the acrylic paintbrush. So I really like this one because you can get some really cool textured effects with it. All right, and then if you go into this and you start playing with the opacity and the color, you can kind of create some really nice blending options, which this one is one that I really hope a lot of you guys are going to end up using in your project, because it does create some really cool effects. All right, so do you see how easily I'm kind of creating somewhat like a value scale? It's pretty easy to do with this one, and it looks really good in the end. And you can also, of course, make it thicker if you want to, or thinner. All right, then we're going to go into the watercolor paint. All right, so watercolors, this right now is on a really large size. I'm going to bring it down a little bit smaller. All right, you have the flow with watercolors. They're very transparent, so you can leave it more transparent most of the time. And then you can, again, choose whatever colors you'd like to use. All right, and this is your watercolor brush. All right, you can go over here. All right, and this is just some more of the information. This goes with each one of them. All right, you can click on that with any one. At the bottom, there's just like a little bit more information about the flow and all that kind of stuff. You don't really have to play around with that very much. You can kind of do a lot of different techniques just in that area. With this is, it's see-through. It's obviously your eraser, so you can change the size of it. Now with the flow, you can also make this so it just like lightens an area kind of. See, I'm just like lightening it. I'm not really erasing it Here I just want areas lighter. So maybe you wanted to create like a highlight somewhere. You can use this for kind of like highlights. If you were drawing an eye maybe. All right, and then if you totally didn't like what you were doing, you really wanted to get rid of it, then of course you can just erase it and it's gone. All right, so that's the basics of the brush tools.